money doesn't feel real anymore. At least, that's why I think for my generation. Because of the year that we've grown up, we grew up after Visa and PayWave was invented in 2011, or at least implemented in 2011, where instead of paying for something with cash in hand, solid physical bills or coins, you just have to grab your card, credit or debit, tap it, and that's it. With that being the case, a lot of my generation has kind of lost the concept of money, where because it's so convenient to just tap your card and none's the wiser, we've lost track of how much money we spend and the fact that how much we're not losing, but how much we're using to live above our means. Not all of us. A lot of people actually live below their means, and that is a case I feel sorry for a lot of people in having that being the case. But this premise I'm talking about mainly came along when I was gaming with some friends last night and talking shit over Discord, and it kind of went from talking about random stuff in the game to then talking about money. Now, this isn't all the case, but it happens on occasion. And we didn't go into any like specific details about how much like all of us have in our bank accounts, but it went to how much each of us earn in the work that we do. And then it kind of went to one of them asking, Blue, he asked, how much do you guys spend and how often do you guys check your bank accounts? Me, Blue, and a couple others, we kind of check our banks maybe once or twice a week. Sometimes just to see if anything's being taken out, or when it's payday and we have to, well, at least in my case, I have to transfer money into different accounts physically instead of being it automatic, because that's just the way I like to do it. I like to physically transfer stuff into other accounts instead of having it done automatically, because sometimes something might go wrong. But then there were a couple others, and one of the other guys, Sev, he said that he hasn't checked his bank account in 2 months. I said, why the hell haven't you checked your bank account in 2 months? He said, oh, there's no need. I said, go check it right now. And he did, and he was shocked because he didn't realize how much money he takes out of his account on a daily to weekly basis, because he doesn't have any cash, and the only thing he does use is PayWave, where he just put his card on it and none's the wiser. That's the thing. Because of the convenience of PayWave and all these other ways to pay with PayWave, with Afterpay, and online, we've lost the concept of actual money. Because it's not physical, we don't really bother with it too much. Out of everybody that I know, me included, there's about 8 people that I know who still have physical bills with them in their wallet, or at least keep cash with them just as a kind of safety net, just in case their card doesn't work and they can't pay with a card and they really need this, so they have the cash to pay for it, or even coins. A lot of others that I know, they don't have that. They don't have cash because they don't realize the fact that when something is physical, you realize how much weight it has in your hand, both like metaphorically and literally. When you pay for something and you have to do it through cash and not bank transfer, like you're buying something off Facebook Marketplace and you got to meet somebody, when you take that money out of your account and you deposit it in cash, be it a couple $100 or even a couple $1,000, and you see that amount of money in your hand, it's only then that you realize how much weight it has and how much that money you are actually taking out. Again, because of the fact that it's so convenient, we don't realize it that much. And that is something that we do need to realize, is that keeping an eye on your account, how much you spend, how much you save, and your income, it's not tedious. It's something you have to realize is good for you. You're actually keeping accountability for how much you spend and how much you are earning and how much you're saving, so that you don't make any mistakes when it comes to having to spend all this money and not have a safety net to catch yourself on. This is just my generation that is having trouble with understanding money, because again, with further on generations, Gen Alpha, they're having trouble reading. I have no idea if they're going to know how to math, and if that's going to work, because by the time they roll around, or even the generation after them, notes might not be a thing. So understanding this, that just because you have the ability to use your card, tap, and that's that, doesn't mean that you shouldn't understand both the physical weight of money and how much it actually is. But yeah, that's about it. So I hope whoever's watching this took something out of it in regards to money, and I will see you guys in the next one.